Welcome, Vincentians and friends. I am Martin Duda, President of St. Vincent de Paul Board of Directors and District Council President. Another year has passed. We're still facing difficult and challenging times due to the COVID-19 pandemic. For the second year in a row, this affects some of our most cherished events and traditions, including our annual Ozanam Awards brunch. Today, I welcome you to our virtual Ozanam Awards ceremony, honoring those Vincentians who have made outstanding contributions to the society based on years of service, conference leadership, and district council participation. Our hearts go out to all of those who have lost their lives and to those who suffer. We pray for our frontline heroes, those most vulnerable, and especially those in our community who need our help. Even in these unprecedented times, St. Vincent de Paul San Mateo has been there for those in need. We continue to fulfill our mission to seek and find the forgotten, the suffering, and the deprived in our community through direct safety net services, restorative justice, and stores. This past year, 1,100 Vincentian volunteers have assisted 20,000 individuals, which equals 1 in 36 San Mateo County residents, making 700 home visits, providing more than 100,000 meals to homeless neighbors. We'll be ready to answer the call, no matter what the next year brings. Although today we specifically honor a small number of individuals who are nominated by their conference presidents and fellow Vincentians, this day is also meant to honor everyone who volunteers their time, talent, and treasure in their devotion to our mission to care for the most vulnerable in our community. Annually, the Board of Directors appoints the Awards Selection Committee to review all nominations for these awards. Thanks to all those taking the time to nominate these deserving individuals. Since there are no Ozanam Service Medallion honorees this year, let's start with the Nicholas J. Peters Ozanam Spirit Award for Youth and Young Adults.
Greetings from St. Andrew Conference. I am Madeline Licavoli, Conference President. Our nominee for the Nicholas J. Peters Ozanam Spirit Award for Youth and Young Adults is 8-year-old Bennett Gong.
Bennett's call for service emerged when he and his mother encountered a homeless man. He was very concerned and asked his mother about the man's well-being. Doesn't he get cold? How does he eat? What can we do to help him? Bennett's concern turned into action. For his 8th birthday, Bennett told his parents that he did not want any gifts for himself. He wanted them to give him food for poor people. They requested a list of items we would like for our pantry and shared it with family and friends. Bennett was serious about his request, and his family and friends fulfilled it. His goal was to fill 8 bags with food for his 8th birthday. Bennett far exceeded that goal when he and his family delivered a fully packed van of food. He also received monetary gifts, which they used to purchase additional food. Our pantry is now very well stocked for home visits and the upcoming holidays. Bennett is an inspiration to all of us. At a young age, he exemplifies the mission of Vincentians in his concern for and service to our neighbors in need. We, along with his family, are pleased and proud that he is the recipient of this award. And now I present our mini Vinny, Bennett.
Hi, my name is Bennett and I'm 8 years old.
Why did you decide to do a food drive?
I saw a homeless person one day and I asked my mom, why does this man live in a bike? And how can we help? Some people don't have enough money to buy a house or stuff to go. So instead, we could have done a food drive. So we did a food drive.
And so what was your goal for your food drive?
8 bags of food.
How much food did you collect?
I think about like 10 or more bags.
Did you collect any money?
Yes, I collected about 1,000 or more.
How did you feel when you exceeded your goal?
I felt happy because all that families that could have had that food actually now have that food. And we're still having donations. So thank you for the people who are donating. You're making other people's lives a lot more better Thank you for who participated. Stay happy and safe. God bless you. Thank you for the award. And stay happy. Bye.
Hi, I'm Lisa, the Youth Coordinator for the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, San Mateo County, and I'm delighted to have nominated and also to be here to present the award to the lunchmakers for their wonderful work that they do for the Society at Hilldale School. So many thanks to the parents and the teachers here for all their support of the community and the students. And so I'm going to present it to Rylan, who's going to accept on behalf of the lunchmakers and is going to tell you more about the programme.
We are the lunch makers, and we make lunches and donate them to St. Vincent de Paul.
Founded in 2020 by Aaron, Crosby, and Kaylee, the Lunchmakers have one founding group and 2 chapters with a total of 51 members.
The 3 chapters are founding members Case Fire Dragon and Hilldale Upper School. We are the Hilldale chapter.
I am Christian.
I am Alex.
I'm Sophie.
I'm Julia.
I'm Aiden.
I'm Nishan.
I'm Theo.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Rylan.
Paulina participated too.
Aaron, Crosby, and Kaylee are 3 6th graders who came up with the idea for the Lunchmakers themselves. Their mission is to organize and coordinate schools and families to help give back to the community.
As part of the Lunchmakers, you make 20 lunches a month.
Each lunch has a sandwich, a fruit, a snack or dessert, a juice or water, and a napkin.
There are 2 St. Vincent de Paul sites that we deliver lunches to, one in San Francisco and one in South San Francisco.
Each chapter makes their own lunches, and a parent delivers them to one of the sites. Today, the Lunchmakers have made over 3,000 lunches. Join the Lunchmakers today to help feed the homeless.
My name is Catherine Cross, and I'm from the St. Matthew Conference of St. Vincent de Paul. And we have a young man named Jack Olson, who's a junior at Sarah High School. And he has just been a whirlwind for us. He packs bags regularly. He goes out on deliveries. He can speak high school Spanish to our clients, most of whom speak Spanish. And he empties the trash, and he organizes food drives at Sarah High School for the parents to donate food, and we get lots of food from him. He also picks up the donations from Atlas Skateboard, and I can't think of any job he hasn't done here. He's just a wonderful kid.
Hi, my name is Stuart Highland, President of St. Francis of Assisi Conference, and I am very happy to announce the winners from the St. Francis of Assisi Conference of the Nicholas J. Peters Ozanam Spirit Award for Youth and Young Adults, the Toy Project. And the founders of the Toy Project are Sarah Weintraut, Kyla Burford, and Emily Kean. These 3 high school students came up with a marvelous way to limit the amount of toys that go to the landfill by repurposing those toys and finding them a new home. And they needed a community partner to work with. They reached out to us at St. Francis of Assisi Parish here in East Palo Alto. We were happy to have their work and really impressed with their organizing skills and planning. Basically, their model was to reach out to neighbors using various types of social media. They were very savvy. They have a website, thetoyproject.org, where they reach out to folks and arrange deliveries to the home. They clean the toys, prepare them, and truck them over to us at St. Francis of Assisi Church, where we were prepared to distribute those toys in a COVID-safe manner. And this worked out really well. What was impressive to us as well was that the students worked around their school schedule. And so the 3 days that it happened, they were always there, and also had their own little crews to work with us to make sure that they were able to help people navigate the toys, and also to help us set up the hall, and at the evening put the toys away each night so that we can bring them back out the next day. They put in the time. They created a very loving way to share their own time and their effort and the joy of Christmas with their work on the Toy Project. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm Emily. I'm Kyla. And we're the founders of the Toy Project at thetoyproject.org. We are so grateful to be awarded this award, and we're here to express our gratitude today.
We found it so fulfilling to gather toys and help provide families with toys for Christmas, and it was such a good experience for us.
And we wanted to say a huge thank you to the St. Francis of Assisi Church and its community, and to the members of St. Vincent de Paul who took a chance on us, took a leap of faith when we hadn't done this before, and giving us this amazing opportunity and experience. So thank you very much. Thank you.
St. Vincent de Paul's Benefactor Award is named in honor of Eugene and Edna Palmuth, who over 30 years ago bequeathed to the Society of St. Vincent de Paul of San Mateo County a perpetual legacy trust that continues to generate funds annually. Without the commitment of generous community supporters who help us help others, many of the works of charity carried out by this society would not be possible. It is through collaboration and the support of benefactors that healthier and safer communities are built and maintained. This award acknowledges benefactors who have assisted substantially through extraordinary measures the works of the District Council, local conferences, and special works over the past year.
Hello, Vincentians. My name is Ann Olson, and I'm from the St. Matthew Conference. I'm here today to tell you about Atlas Skateboard Store, who is this year's recipient of the Eugene and Edna Palmuth Award. They were opened in 2007, and ever since then, they've been a community hub for everything to do with skateboarding. So during the pandemic, skateboarding is one of those sports that really took off. And Atlas's business was doing really well, but they're very connected to the community, and they can see that a lot of neighbors were in need, and they wanted to do something that would help. So last year, around Thanksgiving time, they coordinated a promotion and linked their really popular shoe releases to food donations. So if one of their customers wanted to have a chance to get a coveted sneaker, they had to bring in at least one unexpired food item. Well, their customers exceeded the call. They didn't just bring in one item, they brought in bags and boxes. And at that Thanksgiving food drive, they received over 1,000 pounds of food. And then Atlas followed it up with a toy drive and ended up with a 20-foot U-Haul full of toys. And they haven't stopped. So in early 2021, Atlas gave St. Vincent de Paul a call and asked if someone would like to receive some of their food donations. And the St. Matthew Conference was close by, so we showed up at their store. We didn't know what to expect, but our minivan was filled with like 20 big boxes full of food. And 2 weeks later, they called again, 2 weeks after that, and their donations haven't stopped. So I want to thank Atlas, the owners, Mike and Ryan and Patrick, for your leadership in continuing these donations, and their amazing store staff. The two Andys are always there. So's Marissa and Daniel and Nikki. And I've seen these employees go down into their basement and lug up heavy boxes of food, and then they help me put it in the car no matter where I'm parked. They're always enthusiastic and always helpful. So thank you. And finally, thank you to all the skateboard enthusiasts around the area, all of the customers of Atlas. You've really answered their call. You continue to answer their call. And I want you to know your donations have helped local San Mateo families in need. So I feel that we're really lucky to have Atlas have chosen San Mateo as their home. Keep up the good work, and congratulations on this award.
My name is Tamari Johnson, and I am the secretary for St. Francis, St. Vincent de Paul in East Palo Alto. The St. Carlos Second Harvest entire staff is excellent, from the front desk to the forklift drivers. To start, Genesis taught my shoppers classes. She was very thorough and patient. Any problem I have, she's always willing to walk me through. She's even come to the closet and helped me. Victor has also come to the closet and made sure our setup was correct. Also, thank you for our new van and freezers. Daniela was very helpful with supplies. We still miss her here at St. Vincent de Paul in East Palo Alto. And Mark, so pleasant, taught me the Meal Connect system. So, from the St. Francis staff, we thank all of you for your professionalism and courtesy. Have a wonderful day.
Rosalie Rendu Community Supporter Award. The Daughters of Charity are a community of Catholic nuns dedicated to serving the poor and historically have worked in close collaboration with the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. Daughter of Charity, Sister Rosalie Rendu, who walked hand in hand with Frederick Ozanam in the First Conference of Charity, supported and encouraged the works of the Society from its inception in 1833 until her death in 1856. This award acknowledges community supporters, members, and non-members who have collaborated with St. Vincent de Paul through extraordinary measures over the past years. Those who have supported St. Vincent de Paul's work in an extraordinary way are eligible for this award.
Well, now we're talking about Benny Bauer, probably the most exceptional St. Vincent de Paul volunteer in existence. Trying to figure out how long he's been in St. Vincent de Paul, I remember going to Our Lady of the Rosary Church, and some people, like a man named Luis Alredondo, came over and he mentioned St. Vincent de Paul and that Benny Bauer was in it. Now, whether that was 1980 or 1982 or something around that time. So Ben has been 40 years in St. Vincent de Paul. He's a young, strong man. I still look at him as a young, strong man. I'll bet he's just about 90 years old now. Nobody can believe it. But Ben was so dependable. Now, he would never object to be called in to fill in for somebody in St. Vincent de Paul and doing the food. But every week, he would do it 2 times a week. He would do the calls, go with somebody, a pair of people would go with him. There'd be one person would go with him, and he would fill the boxes and go out and deliver the food. And then every Sunday, he would go to Safeway and get the bread to, and get good fresh bread, good fresh white bread, not the most healthy bread, but they loved it. And Ben was humble, but hardworking, not weak, and never refused any request for special effort to what was happening. He went to I think just about every St. Vincent de Paul meeting. He didn't miss a one. He would go out of his way to go to the St. Vincent de Paul meeting. I couldn't imagine a person lifetime spent with St. Vincent de Paul that could have been more exceptional than Benny Bauer. He was well known in the community. The Ibarra family has plenty of relatives there. So he was good with some of the, what you might call, poor guys that got caught in the drug business, and they were relatives of Ben, some of them, and he kind of kept them on the line, and they volunteered for St. Vincent de Paul. I don't want to mention the name, but they lived on, oh, I forget the names of streets now, oh my God. Anyway, well, we can't figure out how long Ben has been a volunteer, but let's leave it practically infinity. And look at him, he still looks like a young man. Who knows his age?
My name's Ed Emke, and I've been with the St. Vincent de Paul Society for over 30 years. During that time, I have rarely encountered anyone with Tamari's enthusiasm, drive, and good humor. She has been tireless in all her Vincentian work and has been a mainstay of the St. Francis of Assisi Conference. She now spends much of her time in Sacramento with her grandchildren, but even there, however, she fields calls, arranges visits, orders from the food bank, works on rent and utilities, and participates in Zoom meetings. When back here, she works in and directs the food closet the entire weekend, making it possible for others to pack food and make deliveries. Her organizational skills are phenomenal. The success of our annual toy drive is largely due to her efforts. In short, she is a joy to work with and well deserving of this Rosalie Rondeau Award.
Hello, good day. How are you doing? My name is Sally Ross, and I happen to work here at the St. Vincent de Paul, St. Francis Conference. It's to talk about Tamari being recommended for this award, the Rosalie Rondeau Award. She's quite a lady. I worked with her for 4 years, 4.5 actually, and a brilliant lady in work ethics. She normally gets what she wants, not in a difficult way, but a real leader. She allows us to work, but she cannot do anything less than what we do. If she demands it, she works more than us. Currently, she's spending most of her time in Sacramento, but she comes in here every second weekend. I must admit, even when she comes in here, she does more than we do in a whole 2 weeks. It'd be an honor for her to receive this and for us to know her as a lady. Thank you.
Greetings, my dear Vincentians brothers and sisters. My name is Michael Clements. I've been a Vincentian for about 15 years, and I'm currently serving with the St. Mark Conference as a member and as treasurer. I have the distinct pleasure today in introducing you to the Milestone family, our 2021 recipients of the Sister Rosalie Rondeau Community Supporter Award. Bob, husband and father, Chris, wife and mother, and their sons, John and Jeff. For decades, our St. Mark Conference struggled with the lack of suitable space to properly store, manage, and secure our food and sundry resources. We were relegated to very limited cupboard space and a shared gardening shed, which resulted in occasional inventory shrinkage and chronic food spoilage, especially in the summer months. Stocking and retrieving inventory was also very difficult for many of our senior Vincentians. In 2016, the conference voted to fund a project to erect an independent and securable storage shed to resolve the issue. In the hope of staying within our limited funding, quite some time was spent investigating the purchase of a commercial product, but sadly, even the best estimates from many suppliers exceeded the conference's ability to fund the project. Dismayed, we turned to prayer, and they were answered. Bob, one of our most active St. Mark Vincentians and retired general contractor, proposed to the conference to build a shed to meet our needs and to ensure our funds were sufficient, would do so at the cost of materials and permitting only. We all enthusiastically agreed and construction proceeded. Bob took care of everything, including the plans, the permits, site preparation, concrete pour, framing, walls, roof, door and locking hardware, shelving, electrical, and lighting. It was also a total milestone family project, as Bob's wife, Chris, another incredibly active and committed Vincentian, and their two sons, John and Jeff, were fully involved as well. The shed was completed in a few weeks, blessed by our then pastor, Monsignor Tarantino, dedicated, filled with food and sundries, and hallelujah, put to immediate use. What an incredible blessing for our parish, our conference, our Vincentians, and our community of the poor and needy. Though Bob and Chris are no longer active members, they still support the society and are very active in many other parish ministries. And Bob, never letting his tools gather dust, recently completed the construction of our St. Mark Parish Perpetual Adoration Chapel. Thank you, Jesus, Bob, Chris, John, and Jeff. And thank you, everyone, for your kind attention.
Good morning, St. Vincent de Paul Vincentians and guests. I am Mary McTiernan, representing Catherine Center to honor Sister Suzanne Tulin with the Rosalie Rendu Community Supporter Award. Sister Suzanne has collaborated on many projects and fundraisers benefiting the start and continuation of the St. Vincent de Paul Catherine Center. Her belief and support of each Catherine Center woman has made a positive impact on each one. Sister Suzanne prepared the weekly scripture reading and reflection questions for the women to use as a guide during their daily meditation. Catherine Center women look forward to attending Mercy Center Sunday Mass, sitting in the first pew and having Sister playing the piano and singing in front of them. She had words of encouragement. Many alums still speak of their memories of Sunday Mass. Attending Taizé prayer service at Mercy Center, led by Sister Suzanne, was so impactful that not only women's families started attending, but many Catherine Center alum returned to participate. And one alum kept a CD of the Taizé music to listen to during a personal moment in her life. We are so grateful for Sister Suzanne and all that she has done for Catherine Center.
Hi, I'm Chrissy. I'm from St. Vincent de Paul's District Council office, and I just wanted to take a moment to congratulate our awardee, Peggy Cooney, for the Sister Rosalie Rendu Award. Peggy has been with us for about 10 years now. She volunteers as an administrative volunteer in the development department at St. Vincent de Paul. Her duties include, a lot of administrative work, data entry, and other clerical tasks. She is absolutely wonderful. Peggy goes above and beyond and helps us get the job done. There are many stories about Peggy helping us getting a last-minute mailing out the door. There's a lot of late night trips to the post office to make sure things get out on time. And a lot of stories of Peggy taking the extra step to be helpful and make sure that everything gets completed efficiently. She is wonderful on the computer. We just love having her around. She's a joy to be around, always coming with, a big smile, and we have a lot of laughs. Throughout COVID, she has remained a very steady volunteer, steady presence, works on a lot of important projects remotely, and we are just so thankful that we have her to help us with all of these important behind the scenes things that really make a difference. Peggy really believes in the mission of St. Vincent de Paul, and it really shows through with the way that she has dedicated herself to her volunteer job. So thank you so much, Peggy. We love you.
Good morning, Vincentians. My name is Marby Santos, and I am happy to present the Rosalie Rendu Community Supporter Award to 3 extraordinary members of San Mateo Homeless Help Center who were willing to become the backbone of the program during the height of the pandemic and continue to do so from Monday to Friday. Dan Whelan. Dan always is ready with a joke and song to cheer everyone up and make serving a fun time. He also makes home visits each week to families in need of food and rent, as he is a member of the Conference of St. Matthew. His father, the late Raphael, and his mother, the late Helen, raised Dan from a young age to love and serve God and the Catholic faith, to be kind to everyone and to help others whenever he had the chance. Terry Zerzan. Terry treats everyone with kindness and dignity that is the best I have ever witnessed. He uses his education, intelligence, and ability to serve everyone and connect them to the resources that can help them even more with their needs. He always has humorous jokes to make us laugh and enjoy the day. He is also the president of the Immaculate Heart of Mary Conference in Belmont. Robert Shibata. Robert is the quiet but gigantic sequoia tree of the team. He is the first to arrive and prepare the Center for Cleanliness and Dignity of those to be served. Robert has many skills he had learned from his humble and family. He helps repair the building and equipment that is needed to make volunteers and those who serve have the best experience. Robert himself had experienced homelessness and received help from St. Vincent de Paul. He is now returning 1,000 times the help he had received to bring dignity to our friends, old and new, that we meet each day. Let us give a big applause to the 3 extraordinary individuals. Thank you.
Monsieur Bailly Conference Award. Joseph Emmanuel Bailly was the publisher of the Tribune Catholique when in 1833, a group of 6 young men, led by Frederick Ozanam, met in Bailly's offices and formed the first Conference of Charity, later to become known as the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. Monsieur Bailly accepted responsibility as the first president of the board of directors and is widely credited for leading the group and drawing up the general principles of the society in 1835. Emmanuel Bailly presided with wisdom over the society and was a pillar of its development. Vincentians are the backbone of the society. Many of our members volunteer for decades and eventually retire due to age, health, or other personal reasons. Members chosen for induction into the Monsieur Bailly Conference are those who have demonstrated long-term commitment to St. Vincent de Paul with excellence, dedication, and love, but have limited ability to continue their service in the same capacity.
Ron Russo has been a member of the St. Vincent de Paul Society of Immaculate Heart of Mary for many years. Over those years, he has helped us in many ways. When I first joined the conference, Ron was one of the most experienced members, and he was a frequent home visitor. His home visit reports were always notable for their good humor, practicality, and compassion. In all cases, no matter how difficult, he could always find something we could do to help and then figure out a way to get it done. When IHM started to participate in the Sandwiches on Sunday program many years ago, Ron was one of IHM's first contributors. He pioneered the practice of IHM providing a barbecue lunch as a supplement to the bag lunch provided by St. Pius. Needless to say, this was always a very big hit with our guests. For many, many years, Ron was the treasurer of our conference. Given that he was a banker, it's no surprise that under his guidance, our books were always in order and our annual report on time and accurate. Ron, we are very grateful for your many years of service to our conference. We hope that in your retirement, you enjoy membership in the honorary Monsieur Bailey Conference.
Hello, my name is Sister Trinitas Hernandez, and I am the spiritual advisor for the St. Francis of Assisi, St. Vincent de Paul Society in East Palo Alto. Very proud and happy to acknowledge Isaac Stevenson Jr., who has been awarded the Monsieur Bailey Award. Isaac has worked very hard for our St. Vincent de Paul Society, following in the steps of his father, who was the founder one of the founders of the society here in East Palo Alto. Isaac moved away after college, and when he retired and returned, he picked up right where he left off and started helping again with food, and eventually, delivering food. And he became our president, and it was very encouraging. He encouraged all of us to really see Christ in the poor. And he was a real teacher, actually. I heard him one day speaking to a couple about that if they saved their money and got food from the conference, then it would be easier for them for rent and buying their diapers, etc. Things that they don't always get from the food closet. And it makes things much easier for them, because as we know, getting rent, it's a little more complicated at times. So I thought that was a wonderful thing. He also had a great love for the seniors, and he was very personable with all of our clients. And now that he's recovering from hip surgery, I'm sure he's still doing phone ministry, talking to people on the phone and encouraging them and directing them where to go for help. I'm very pleased to be speaking on his behalf, and thank you very much.
So as many of you know, after decades of service, Tony Rouse is retiring from his position as CFO here at St. Vincent de Paul in San Mateo County. So we wanted to just give a tribute to him as part of this award ceremony.
Back in 1984 at St. Francis Church. So I remember seeing his dad, his mom, the entire Rouse family at St. Francis of Assisi Church.
Tony was picking up huge, heavy boxes, loading it in the minivan. I couldn't believe what he was doing.
a really great Catholic Christian person.
To show our appreciation to Tony Rouse for all his dedicated service, longtime service, just remarkable service to St. Vincent de Paul District Council.
Been a huge part of my experience at St. Vincent de Paul, and probably the reason I decided to help out with being president. He's been really great to me, and he's so encouraging.
Tony is a very kind and patient individual.
Tony and his family, they sort of became part of my family.
Endless patience and kindness.
You're just an inspiration.
The true example of a true Vincentian is just kindness is the one word I think of when I think of Tony.
You all are my brothers and sisters in Christ. And Tony really lives that.
You're just a wonderful gentleman, a great help. The picture of compassion and passion for what you do and kindness.
Thank you, Tony, for everything you did to help me as a member, as a Vincentian in the deepest, most spiritual way on home visits. I learned so much from you, and I really appreciate your friendship. Thank you.
You have touched our hearts, and it will remain in us.
Wish you all the best on behalf of our members. Have a wonderful retirement. Be healthy, be safe, be happy. Thanks a lot.
So Tony, God bless you.
As we wind up our award ceremony, I once again want to acknowledge all Vincentians for all the wonderful deeds carried out in the name of St. Vincent de Paul and Blessed Frederick Ozanam. Although we face many challenges, we maintain our desire to make a difference in people's lives. Thank you to each and every one of you for your continued support of St. Vincent de Paul Society in San Mateo County. May God bless you and your loved ones and our neighbors in need.